Okay, we're back. Now it's time to start piecing together some of the class functions. And we're going to be writing two functions right now. The first one's going to be the constructor, and then we're going to piece together the operation function. And we're not going to really have it working 100%. We're just going to be running it through some tests just to make sure the data is getting through. So open up Calculator, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to make a couple of these so that we can just keep the functions separate from one another. And now we're going to write the operation. Actually, I take that back. We're going to write the constructor. So to write the constructor, I'm going to scroll down. So the class is going to be gone, but on your text document, the text shouldn't be as big, so you'll be able to have it all on one screen. I'm going to scroll down here to line 24, and I'm going to type capital Calc, : Calc. So now I've defined the constructor, and I'm going to copy these three lines that I made, and there. So now I have the calc constructor all nice and isolated. And there's going to be two things that it's going to be doing. When we first declare something of the calc data type, we're going to set the stack spot equal to 0. And we're also going to be initializing the number. The constant accumulating number is going to be equal to 0 as well. So I'm going to save that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to type int calc : space operation, and I believe that's the same. I'm going to just copy and paste just to make sure, and we see that it's expecting a string data type. So what we're going to do is we're going to be passing it string, and we're going to call this n. And I'm going to copy these and put it below it. So now we have our operation function sitting here waiting for data. Excellent. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cout test. That's all it's going to do right now. Save this, come back to the main.cpp, and now let's erase where we wrote test before. So right below the system clear, what we're going to do is we're going to declare calc a semicolon, save it, and then come back to the terminal and and run G++. Okay, so basically all that we did is we've declared something of the calc data type. We've called the variable a. So now we can actually interact with the program. So I'm going to type a dot operation. A dot operation, capital O, and inside the function I'm just going to pass it the letter A. Just it's garbage data. Close that there. So now what should happen is when the function operation is ran, inside here, what it's going to do is it's going to come here and it's going to print out the word test. So let's make sure this is saved. Go back to main.cpp, make sure that is saved. Come back to the terminal, press up, run it. Now just as before, /a.out. Run it. Yes. So the program is working fine. So the next thing I'm just gonna erase this little test that we had. And just like the flowchart we had before, I'm gonna make a couple of initial checks. I'm gonna say if n equals sqrt, which is gonna be a command. If it's square root, we're going to do something. We're going to run the square root function, which is not declared yet. We are going to increase the stack spot. Actually, hold on a second. We're going to cout sqrt. There. So that'll just test to see if it's working. Then we'll do else if n equals clear. So if n equals clear, cout clear, line return. Alrighty. So these are the two main commands that we're going to be looking for. Save that. Press up, run this. Press up 2 times and compile it again. Press up twice and run it again. Alright. It didn't do anything, and that's my fault.